Without a doubt, Levan Saginashvili is the strongest arm wrestler ever. Like, I don't think anybody today or ever would have been able to beat him. Many people look to the past and try to see someone who could actually beat him. You know, a big name to beat him was Denis Plankov. But still, I do think it's pretty hard because Levan's sort of taken all the styles of pulling and he just mastered all of them. Not only that, but he got himself into a weight that surpasses pretty much all the elite arm wrestlers that there's ever been. Not to talk about his proportions, like the hand, the wrist, the forearms, everything just way ahead of everybody else. But you know, that doesn't mean that he hasn't taken losses in his career. As he went up to the top, he has taken a few losses that made us believe once that he could have been beat again. And I found it quite interesting that those losses mostly were by pulling on a hook. And certainly I do find this quite interesting because when you're pulling on a hook, you're mostly using your arm to pull. You need to go on the inside, therefore you're activating the muscles of that area. And when activating that, you're kind of exposing them to fatigue. Therefore, if they fatigue earlier than your opponents, you might be in trouble. And definitely I do think that those were the times that Levan has lost, was because he was fatigued. And just recently there has been posted the full match of Levan Saginashvili versus Vitaly Laletin. And I've seen a detail, or even a rare footage, that Vitali has tried to go on a hook with Levan. Like, he tried going outside multiple times, it didn't work. So in the last round, he tries going on a hook. And what's most interesting to me is that apparently Levan did allow him to go on the hook. But of course, when we're talking about arm power, Levan simply just smashes Vitaly Laletin. And that's exactly what happened.